Hey guys, it's me. I am checking in to make a quick video. I'm sorry if the quality is bad because videos keep disappearing from my other phone when I make them. So I'm doing this on a really old phone, so I apologize if it looks janky in any way. But I did a cake today on a Tuesday, and it's unusual, but I had to get up early this morning and I just got it out and ate for the first time today. I was starving, but I'm trying to fast, and it is so not easy. Um, but I'm going to take a nap. I can't wait. I'm taking a nap. I'm going to meditate, and I'll probably fall asleep. But this is going to be my check in for today. I really want to talk about accepting gifts, especially, anytime, but especially during a time like this, because the people that are giving you the gifts do not have the best intentions, and a lot of the times they will pass them through my son because they know that it's a child, and I will trust that it's innocent and be naive about it. But always pray over the gifts, because a lot of times they will put either spells on the gifts, try to attach monitoring spirits to the gifts, and do whatever they can to block your intuition, block your gifts, block your breakthrough, especially when you're getting really close, because they're desperate. They're running out of options. So I had a birthday recently, and my son gave me a big bag of gifts, and some of those he got from his room, and some were given to him by his grandmother, my ex-husband's mom. And I know that she is viciously trying to protect him, but in my face she acts like she's not. She's even tried to give me baked goods lately, and she knows how I feel about food, but she swears that she knows where they came from and there's nothing wrong with these. Well, I don't care. They're going straight in the trash. And if it's something that I'm going to use, I'm going to pray over it. Look up online prayers for monitoring spirits. You can say prayers over these items and rid yourself of that immediately, because if you accept something, it's often going to come with strings attached, especially if the person is involved in the conspiracy against you. And this person definitely is. So I knew as soon as I accepted gifts that they were tainted in some way. So I will pray over them immediately. You can't really trust anything during a time like this. So know what it is and do what you need to do with it so that it is free and clear for you to enjoy, or straight up get rid of it. Just throw it straight in the trash. Don't trust it immediately. Get rid of it. Just like I did the baked goods. I don't care who they came from. I'm often even suspicious of places that I frequent, because if they know that you go to that place a lot, they will try and pay the staff there. I got a taco from Taco Bell the other day that was wet all over. You know how taco meat will leak sometimes and be juicy, but this was not. This was a clear liquid that was all over my taco. And I saw a man in the parking lot. He was watching me, and then he immediately got his phone out when I pulled up to the drive-thru. So I kind of figured something would be off with my food that day, and there was. So I did not eat the taco, but it's kind of sad that they're getting businesses involved in things like this, because that's a lawsuit waiting to happen. So try to not be so predictable and bounce around and try to fix your own food and keep it in your sight at all times. That's really the only safest way to avoid them trying to do something to edibles of any kind around you. So, and I don't mean that kind of edibles. I don't do that. But you might, anything that you consume is questionable if you haven't had it in your sight the entire time. But I know that scams are going to be quickly approaching me because of the breakthrough that I'm about to have. And I fully know who's coming towards me. I know who this person is. I trust them. I am trusting in God's timing, and I know that they will approach me when it's the right time. But anyone other than that will not be trusted. I am not opening my door and accepting any scams. I'm gonna see right through it. It's not gonna be swayed. I am focused. I have laser focus at this point for my dreams and my goals, and I know exactly where I'm gonna go and what I'm gonna do. So anything that deviates from that plan is X'd out automatically. So any past relationships I'm not interested in whatsoever. I'm only looking forward to the new, and that's what I will be accepting. So don't waste your time, and if you do, know that I'm gonna see right through it. This is gonna be a difficult time right at the end, because they're always gonna try you and test you to try and block your intuition and block your gifts and block your abundance right at the end. That's where it gets toughest. So be aware of that. And I'm getting lots of texts from my ex, and I know my false flame is gonna pop back up at any minute, and I'm fully ready and waiting, because I'm gonna pass that test. It's not gonna be a hard hurdle for me at all, because these people betrayed me, and I'm never gonna go back to that. I have healed so much from the past traumas that I don't want to repeat that cycle. I have no interest in repeating any old karmic cycles. I just don't want it anymore. So I respectfully decline. I wish you the best, but it's a no. So these things never end. I'm trying to remember what I said in my other video. Oh, the baby witches, the monitoring spirits, familiar spirits that they try to attach to things. They all use heavy alcohol and drugs, so this puts holes in their aura. So even on a low vibrational person, this stuff is not going to work, but they're kidding themselves. I met someone in my house the other day that, even though I know who they're associated with, I still opened my energy up and introduced myself, because I wanted to give them a quick read. It doesn't take much. You don't have to fully open yourself up, but just enough to get a taste of what's lying behind the mask, and to see if there is a mask. And this person was definitely wearing a mask. I love my spiritual gifts. Every time I get to test them, I become sharper and sharper. And this person uses a little more finesse than the people they're associated with, and tact goes a long way. But when you're dealing with an empath, you're not gonna trick them. This is what they do. This is the center of them. It's not what they do, it's who they are. It can't be imitated. This was given to you, and you've been tested a lot, to get to this point. So you're going to recognize it immediately. And it's not only the things that they say directly to your face, but if you overhear the way that they talk about other people, or the things that they talk about, that will often expose them too. So test people. Do that often if you can, if you're not sure about someone, so that you know to move that out of the way. You know exactly who they are, no matter what kind of mask they put on. My ex-mother-in-law is a good example of this, because she tries to act like she wants to help and say that she loves me, but she's not willing to stand up for what's right, and continues to pass these gifts along that I know are tainted, and even give money to me or to my son at the drop of a hat, to act like she's so concerned, but she's not doing the right thing. So I know that these things don't have good intentions behind them. What would mean a lot would be going and telling the truth, but she doesn't want to do that. So anything that comes from her, I already know that there's an angle to it. I also have been getting downloads about my ancestry, and that it's from England. And a lot of times I love that people talk too much. Please keep talking, because they can't hold water. And when my son and I moved in here, he would whip out this British accent that he had played around with his friends. My uncle was very, very attached to that, and he wanted to know where he got that from. And I said his friends, and he was still just so interested in getting to the bottom of it, that I know there's something to do with England here, and that's where my ancestry lies. So It's very interesting to me. I am so excited to get to the bottom of these things. And my ex-husband also mentioned, when I was talking about the person in the attic, he said, "There's no one in the attic." I said, "Well, how would you know? You're not here." "I wouldn't know. I'm not there. But there's no one in the attic." And I know there's definitely someone in the attic. But he also mentioned pay-per-view. And when I just mentioned someone in the attic, I didn't say anything about being videotaped, which I have on here, but I've not directly said that to him. And he said, "Oh no, they would have to pay pay-per-view. That shit's not free." So I feel like there's definitely things online for me. I would advise anyone, even if you're married to someone, to not record your sexual activity, because when you get divorced, sometimes you realize that you didn't know that person at all, and they will do anything to hurt you and use anything that they have to make you look bad. So I fully expect to find out that I probably have an OnlyFans out there that's set up in my name, someone pretending to be me, someone pretending to have made my cakes, and they're saying that I didn't make the cakes. My uncle would always be interested in new things that I did and try to take pictures of my cakes and ask me, "Well, where did you get that?" or "How did you do that?" or, find out about my buttercream and, "Well, why do you put salt in there?" And I would explain those things because I didn't really think at the time. He acted like he wanted me to give up the dream. But then it was, "Well, you can't stop doing cakes. Don't lose your business." And then it was, "This is the last week you're doing cakes." It went back and forth and back and forth. So he was providing that content and taking pictures for someone. And then another day he would be bragging that, "Oh, it's all edible. Everything she makes is edible." So they talk a lot and they will reveal a lot about themselves, especially the pay-per-view thing. If it's not a OnlyFans, I feel positive that it's something on the dark web, which I know nothing about, gladly. But there's probably some sexual content out there, especially being recorded in this house 24/7, which also means that my son would be involved, and that is really sick that you would involve him in that. I've found that on this trip that he went on with his dad, that he's acted very strange. Yesterday especially, and just yesterday, he acted really groggy and hadn't taken a nap or anything, he said. But it was almost like he was on something. And if you know boys growing up, because I've raised two, they don't like showers. They go through this phase where they have to be drugged into the shower. One of his friends even says his parents pay him to take showers, because there's just something about this age group where they go through a "I don't want to shower" stage, and you have to make them. But he has taken like 4 or 5 showers in the 2 days that he was in DC, which is very unusual for him. It was hard to get him to focus on me, and he was just staring in the mirror the whole time. So something's definitely going on with this trip. I'm glad he's on his way back to me. I can't wait to see him, but I'm definitely going to pray over him when he gets back and cleanse his energy. This is not something that I expected, but it's come up, so I'm going to have to deal with that. What else? Oh, the person in the attic. I do not know who they are 100%. I've never seen their face, but I hear them all the time. I used to think that they were just here to watch me, but now I'm feeling it's a fugitive, because I haven't seen them be snuck in or out. I know that my uncle feeds them, and I've called him out on this several times, and he tries to tell me that I'm not accurate, but I know that there's someone in the attic. I hear them all the time. Sometimes they're really loud, so there's no mistaking that there's someone up there. But I just want to make it clear that I am not involved in harboring a criminal. I feel like someone is looking for this person for crimes that they've committed, or in conjunction with my uncle and his, clan. I feel like he's hiding them out, and I'm not sure why, but I am not involved. I would never harbor a criminal. I've made it very clear on this channel that I'm a truth teller. So if I knew the full truth about this person or what they did or why they're up there, I would fully disclose it. Fully. So I just wanted to make that crystal clear. That's not something that I'm into or that I would support in any way. Also, strangely, my uncle got this house around the same time that my real father passed away. So, you know, he knew my ancestry way before I did. So I feel like he has sold me out. He's sold me out for the content. He's sold me out for who I am. He has told people about it. He has been enriched financially for the things that he has disclosed that I was not aware of a long time ago and initiated at the same time. So it's all becoming clearer and clearer every day. My intuition is definitely not blocked, so I know they're not going to stop trying, but I'm not hindered by any of the things that they've tried to do. So baby witches, you can keep it up, but it's not working. I hope you all have a blessed day. I'm sending you love and light. I love you, God loves you, and you're never alone. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.